Another day, bag 8, we're on page 167 so far, so more than halfway through. Definitely, this is coming to shape. Can't wait to see this completed. It's going to be one of those nice little Christmas presents once it's finally done. And yeah, let's get started. Alright, that was bag 8. Not too bad. Built the rear exhaust for when they come back from the future and it has to kind of let off excess steam, shoots out the back. Just waiting for this part to be added on. I love the fact that they utilize these in here. Looks great. It is coming together. Let's get on to bag 9. Oh, and by the way, that was a quick one. That was only, if this thing could come off my watch. All right, about 20 and a half minutes. Pretty quick bag, pretty straightforward. I had one instance where I didn't look at the direction of where the pieces were going, so I had to redo it real quick. But other than that, pretty easy bag. And we'll see what bag 9 has in store for us. All right, our pieces are ready to go. We got them out. Let's restart our clock. Actually, remember to do it this time, because sometimes I start about a minute in, I'm like, gotta get that clock going. So, let's get building. bag number 9. 100% dedicated to the gull wing doors, which is awesome. Brings it that much closer to completion. Pretty straightforward bag, kind of like the last one. 18.5 minutes, not bad at all. The most awkward part is definitely going to be when you attach the bottom part of the pillar to the top part of the pillar. The way they have you do it is with the doors shut, and it's just awkward to get it to snap together. All the pieces are all jagged and not lined up. I found if you actually just open the door, especially when it comes to this nice clean flat piece here, try to get a closer look on that, right there. Open the door, get your fingers in there. So much easier than trying to do it with the door shut and trying to maneuver around the windshield and that. So just a little tip, that's what helped me. May not help you, but I found it a lot easier to do it that way than with the door shut. But that's my 2 cents. But we're getting there. Look at that. We've got a nice side profile. All we need is Mr. Fusion up here and a hood. We're just about set. Well, I guess wheels too, but it flies, so it doesn't really matter. But anyways, bag 10, here we come. We're down to our last 2 bags. We got bag 10 here, and just so you know, when you're building this, it's obvious, it's right here in the instructions, but in case you're looking for it, there are 4 of these little rubber stringy parts. We'll see where they go to. I think they're going along the side of the car, but not really sure yet. But you will need these for this, and it's not included in bag 10. It's actually packaged in with the wheels. So just a FYI on that, in case you're looking for it, you're hurrying up building this, you're like, where are these pieces? Check the wheels. But start our timer, get building. So, you probably saw me messing with this for a couple minutes here. Step 369, as we're routing this wiring through here, it shows that, it's hard to see on this, but it shows that that little C piece right there should be able to hold the wire a little bit. The instructions show it coming underneath the top part here and then out the bottom. There's no clearance. Your choice is either to run it beside it or to have the piece dangling off the side of the car so it can hold it. See, it is, I don't know how easily you can see this, but it is flush against the fender there. There is no room. They needed to give it maybe one more piece up or something, but there is no room to fit this underneath. Unless I am doing something completely wrong, it does not fit. I don't know, maybe I need to look this up or something, but it's pretty flush against there. I don't believe I missed anything because it held on right there. They don't pop it out. I mean, there's no room for it to fit. I don't even know how to fold it in there at all. But let me know in the comments. I'm just gonna leave it like this for right now. Maybe I'll figure something out. Maybe I'll find a way to pinch it in there. I don't know. But for right now, we're not gonna get held up on that. Like I said, you find out what I did wrong. Maybe I missed something. I don't see anything about... Yeah, that piece is just sitting there flush against it. So I'm really not sure how they really expect you. It doesn't turn, it doesn't twist to get it to actually hold that piece without causing this whole thing to pop off. But we'll leave it here for now. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so that's what they did. You hold it on with that piece. But if you look in the instructions, it actually shows the top part of the C above the wire, and then the wire circles around and covers the bottom part of the little C piece. So the instructions make it look like you're supposed to loop it through. You can't. But at least they added this piece here, so it holds the wire down. So we're all good. See? That's about as good as I'm gonna get it right there. I lined it up the best I can. And this is what I was kind of talking about earlier, where if you look at the sticker itself, there's a gap right there. So you have to decide, do you want it flush in the middle of this piece, or do you want them to look like it's a solid sticker in the lining? Personally, I will push it as close as I can to get to look like one uniform piece instead of the gaps in there, because the gaps will bother me. Just like a couple times during this build, I put on stickers slightly crooked. I'll always know that forever now. But this is what I like. I think that looks pretty good. It's a little shifted towards the left, but at least the pieces are lining up. It looks like one solid piece. Like I said, stickers, very important to me. I don't know why. Maybe because I used to build models as a kid and you'd pull them out of the water and apply them to the car, and then you realize you put them on crooked and you gotta stare at it for the rest of your life because they aren't coming back off. So that's where that trauma developed for me. All right, and that is bag number 10. 36 minutes, a little more complicated than this one, especially when you're running these wires along here and the frustration of why can't I get it to loop through like it kind of shows in the instructions. But once you built the one side, you realize this is going to hold in place. The other side was a breeze. But favorite part of this whole entire build, even though we're, getting the sides on, getting the wiring done, it's got to be this. Come on. The hoverboard and plutonium storage. And I love the fact that it's not just a piece that you keep outside of the car. The fact that they made it to where it sits in here. Not just thrown casually in there and you kind of cover it up with the hood and hope it doesn't fall out. No, they gave little slots so it actually holds it. Like a frunk, if you want to call it that way. Or just how DeLoreans had their storage back in the day. But really cool. And I just knocked it out, but you can see there's like a little piece right there that holds the hoverboard. Pretty awesome. Marty McFly is going to be ecstatic to see that his hoverboard has a place in the car. He doesn't have to throw it in the seat beside him like in the movie. But awesome. And now we're on to our last bag 11. Now it's made up of 2 bags, and I'm assuming tires and that, and we're getting to the end of this build. I am looking forward to finally getting this set done. Home stretch, I can feel it, have all the pieces out now, and it looks good. Definitely looking forward to it. Like I mentioned before, the banana. I mean, come on. Details like that is what I love about Lego. They throw in little Easter eggs in there, and this is a very important one, especially for the second one. We got to throw this into Mr. Fusion, that way we could travel back in time. Who'd have thought that a banana would become a commodity? Amazing. Just thinking about it now, I wish there was one more thing they threw in there, and was that for Marty McFly here, I wish they had a version of him, his body in here that you could swap out so he could have the hazmat suit. That would have been pretty awesome. And, whether they modified, the old Ghost from the sets way back in the day with the Ghost, have something like that, but a hazmat suit and Marty McFly sitting in it when he busts through that barn and scares everybody, all the residents that he crashes into at that house. But that'd have been awesome. But so far, so good. Loving the set. Let's keep going. I have to say, building this set and seeing the California plate from 2015, because it was so far into the future at the time, kind of hilarious that now this is a decade ago. Now, I did remember reading a story that Steve Jobs used to have this on his Mercedes, just like a barcode sitting on there, so it wasn't too far off the movie, but kind of funny seeing 2015, and that was 10 years ago already. Man. I gotta say, this is hilarious. So this is where we get to finally throw the banana in Mr. Fusion. But I think this is hilarious. I didn't even know this Easter egg was in here. If you could see that, if we'll focus on it. Yeah, that's right. That's a beer can. Just like in the movie when they pop, open up the beer, pour it in there, throw the banana peel in to get Mr. Fusion to run. That's hilarious that they actually included the beer can in here. I didn't even know that was a part of the set. I didn't even know if they would actually include it because it's a kid's toy, I have beer cans in here. But they did include it. I think that's great. Nice little surprise for me, at least. Alright, attempt number 2. Unfortunately, when I finished building this, my excitement for getting this done, my comments, all gone. The camera went into low power mode, which shut off the recording. So, take 2. So here is the final piece. That's right, we finally got through this thing. I've been waiting to do this for a while, since Christmas, when I got it as a Christmas present from my wife. And it has been sitting here kind of mocking me like you'll never finish me. We finally did it. You were here on the journey too, and of course, gotta love that, man. That just looks great. I'm really glad I went with the second movie because I enjoyed it the most of the group. I love the original. Second one was my favorite though, because we got Mr. Fusion right here. You pop that off. Throw in your banana peel, Miller Lite, whatever beer they used in the movie, put it back together, bam. Now you have fusion power to go to the future. It's that simple. If only we had that technology, right? But we have the gull wings, of course, going up. One thing I noticed is that they don't hold themselves up the best, but, they slowly come down, almost like automatic closing doors. But this was a really fun build. There were some times where you're kind of questioning, how should something go? Or if you overlook something, it was easy to be like, why isn't this going together? But overall, the build is 1,872 pieces. It's not too difficult. I'd say difficulty level, since this is the first one, we'll put this at a 6. It wasn't really that tough. There wasn't any really complicated mechanical pieces or moving. Even the gears right here and up here that control the wheels folding in, those weren't even that bad. You just kind of had to align the gears and push it in and you're good. But I am excited. Like I said, I love the little Easter eggs, the banana peel, the beer can. Even when you open this up, And you have the hoverboard and plutonium. Amazing. Absolutely love that aspect of it. Overall, kudos to Lego on this one. I'm really happy that I got to build it. I'm really happy you all joined me on this build. And I'm curious in the comments, let me know how you felt about this build. Which movie did you end up building? I will have an Instagram where I'm going to drop hints for my next builds, just, have Lego related things on. And if you did a build or customize this in some way, shoot me a message on Instagram and we'll throw it up there and let everybody else see what you put together. But I absolutely love this build. Childhood movie, one of my favorites. And to this day, it brings me a lot of joy watching it. And now that I built this is great. It's going to go right there where you could already see a DeLorean with an Einstein sitting in the driver's seat. I'll probably throw Einstein in this one, actually. Along with the Pepsi Perfect and the USA Today from when Marty McFly was supposed to come into the future. But he didn't, so it shows his relative getting arrested. What can you do? He didn't make it in time. As for the set itself, now you do have a lot of extra pieces at the end just because you have the pieces for the other cars, whether it's the third movie or the first movie. So you have a lot of pieces there, but for just regular pieces that are extra, that's right, 1,872 pieces, and these are the extras. So make sure you keep track of your pieces because there's not a lot of room for error. If you drop one, it goes under the bed, it goes under a dresser, the cats play with it, whatever it may be. Not a lot of room. But absolutely love this. Can't wait to get into the next set as well. For the next set, we're going to be doing a different brand. Popular over in Europe, popular in the US as well, but I had to order the set from Europe to be shipped over here. And on this channel, that's kind of what I'm going to do. I'm going to test out other brick building sets and see kind of how they compare to Lego. We all know Lego's top dog over here. They know how to put sets together. They know the details. They know the instructions. And it's good to sometimes see how other companies compare to it. So I am looking forward to it. So happy. Finally got this done. This could easily be built in a day. Let me check the time here. Yeah. About 5 hours, 25 minutes, and 46 seconds for me to finish it. Now, this was over multiple days and actually multiple months because I had to take a break due to, life happenings. But if you sat down and really dedicated yourself, you could get this easily done in a day. Your fingers may be a little sore from all those little pieces that you're connecting. Mine are a little rough just from today, but I absolutely love it. Now, you may see another video with this particular set in because I saw the light set you can get for this to make it light up, and I want it. So eventually I'm going to get that. We'll put that on here, see what it takes to install it, how it looks after it's done. And also, I wouldn't mind getting the stand that kind of has it floating this way. You kick the tires up, and then it has it kind of like that. Got an isometric little view of it, like it's flying through the air, but it's being held up by a clear stand. Yeah, gonna be doing that too. But that'll be for another video. So if you enjoyed what you saw, enjoyed the build, put a comment in below, follow, subscribe. This is kind of a hobby for me. This is not going to be a main source of income or anything. I have a main job, I have family. This is kind of what I enjoyed to do, and I just want to share it with you. And you could share your stories too. What parts did you find annoying on this set? You got comments on what kind of sets you'd like to see in the future? Hit me up. If the channel gets big enough, we could start going to those Mac Daddy sets that are quite a few Ben Franks. This one is a couple. It's still an expensive set, but not as expensive as some of those out there. Lego's really gotten pricey over the last few years, but as the channel grows, we'll get more and more in-depth sets. Maybe we'll do some live streaming where we're just live building, just holding conversation, asking questions, just enjoying a weekend morning or something like that. But we'll see. And like I mentioned, I'll have an Instagram. I'll have the links below for that. That way you can send me your build projects, pictures of sets you're interested in seeing me build, and Also where I'm going to drop my hints for my next build. As a matter of fact, when this wraps up, in the next clip, you're going to see your hint for the next build, and put in the comments, see if you guessed right what it's going to be. I don't know how many people are going to get it, but those who know. Kind of like the Pepsi Perfect hint from before. But I'll catch you next week. The goal is to release a video a week. You know, life can get in the way sometimes, so we'll see how that happens, but that's the goal. So, see you next week. This was an amazing build. Definitely a ton of fun. Ooh, almost dropped it. That would have been smooth, right? See you later.
You have already taken the first steps towards becoming the fifth race.